Greetings YouTubers, it's your friend here Elijah, going to do a review on the Vibram Fivefinger shoes. Well, basically I have two Vibram shoes that I'd like to review today. They're the two of the latest models that came out for Vibram. They are the Bikila and the Komodo Sport. And basically, just a little bit background on Vibram. The thing that turned me on to Vibram Fivefinger shoes was really the idea of barefoot running. It sounded like a cool concept to me, and I really liked the way they looked on your feet. If you're a fan of things like Under Armour and things that really fit your body well, you'll really like the Vibram Fivefinger shoes. That's kind of what turned me on to them. They fit your feet like gloves. So again, the whole idea that inspired the Fivefinger shoes is the barefoot running, and it's really making a movement right now. And you may see a lot of commercials for other brands that are trying to imitate the or utilize the whole concept of barefoot running, such as the Fila models that kind of look like the Fivefingers, which are not anywhere close to it if you ever take a look at them. And also you got the new Reeboks that are trying to emulate the actual barefoot running as well. But again, with Vibram, the whole idea is the more like your foot the shoe is, or the more natural the shoe is to the actual fit of your foot, the more natural your running strides. And if you actually take a look at some other more conventional sneakers, such as this, for example, you'll see that not at all obviously like the Vibram Fivefingers. This is a conventional sneaker, but if you look at the heel, it's pretty thick. What we've been accustomed to from our sneakers and our shoes gives you a lot of protection under the heel. But what that encourages you to do is to heel strike. So when you're running, your heel strikes the ground first, and what that does is it actually causes the shock to go to your knees and into your hips, so your joints take the impact. Versus the Vibrams, they're obviously very light on the heel. They don't give you much padding or protection there. They do still give you plenty of protection underneath your feet, but because there's not much padding underneath the heel, you're actually encouraged to do what your body would naturally do if you were running barefoot, which would be to land on your heel, or the front balls of your foot right there. It actually cause you to work your muscles a little differently. So when I first ran with my Bikilas, I noticed definitely that I felt like I was running in my socks, and I felt really light, and it felt really comfortable, but at the same time I had just the right amount of protection. After my workout, after my run, a few days later, I really felt different muscles in my legs being worked out. You really feel a big difference with that versus when you wear your shoes. And so they actually encourage that however far you're used to running, you actually reduce that by half or more on your first couple of runs, and you ease your way in until you get to your full what your normal distances are, because you will really work out your muscles, and it can be very painful if you do too much too soon, because you are working the muscles differently. But again, the workout is different, and it feels tremendous. At the same time, also even your feet, because your feet are so complex, and your feet are like your hands, and they adjust to the ground that they're landing on, you'll actually feel a workout in your foot. At least I do. And so your feet actually get stronger because you're running more like nature intended your feet to run. So I really enjoyed the running experience with the Vibram Fivefinger so far. I've had them for a few weeks now. I've put them through several tests, and I do both workouts and running in my shoes, and I feel like they've withstood the test so far. Again, I purchased both the Vibram Bikila and the Komodo Sport, and they're two different shoes. Both I'm very happy with, and both are very comfortable. You can kind of see them on my feet right now to see how they look on my feet. And the Bikilas, first, if we talk about these are Vibram's ideal running shoe. they created these specifically for running. The treads underneath the shoe, excuse me, these are dirty. They've been worn, but the shoe underneath the shoe, you can see a very distinct tread for that's really good for running. The traction has been really good so far, and I'm very happy with them. The top, if you see, you have one strap, which is holds you pretty securely, versus the Komodo Sports, which actually have two, which I'll show you in a moment. Here you go with the Komodo Sports, more made for cross training, things like CrossFit, your everyday workout shoe. I really enjoy the Komodo Sport. I find them a little more comfortable than the Bikilas, just by a little bit. They're an easier transition, I think, to the actual conventional shoe. So if you're looking to ease your way into Vibram, these are actually the closest to a regular shoe that you may find in Vibram right now. Again, it has the dual strap, the regular strap in the front, and it has a strap that stabilizes your ankle in the back, which is pretty good. Really holds your foot in place here. And if you take a look underneath, you see that the tread is just a little different, but it gives you a little bit better support for lateral movement. Again, you could run in these too. Really, it really still gives you the same kind of benefits, but these were, again, made for running versus these for cross training. Gives you a little bit more support around the ankle area. So I purchased both of these shoes just above $100. Depending on where you buy them, you could find them anywhere from $90 to about $110. So they're a little high up there on the actual pricing, but they are worth it. They feel great. When you first see these shoes, you'll kind of wonder, hey, where's all the money going into? Because they are really light. The material, again, it's very light. It's basically a very thin material on the top, and I mean the shoe is very small in the amount of material they actually used. And that was one of the things I noticed. I was like, wow, I'm paying $100 for these, but again, when you put them on your feet, they deliver. They give you what you're looking for. They do protect your feet pretty well, and they give you that barefoot feel. And at the same time, when you're out with them, you do get a lot of attention. A lot of people stop and start speaking to you and asking you questions. So that's pretty cool too. Yeah. So again, you could purchase them online. You could check to see if there are any local retailers in your area that sell them. In a lot of areas there aren't. Here in the Miami area, as far as I know, there's only one. I purchased one of my shoes from a place called Footworks, and but other than that, there are a number of retailers online that do sell them. Beware of counterfeit Vibram Fivefingers, because those do exist and they are out there. But again, if you do the right amount of research, you'll definitely get pointed in the right direction. Just a few ways to know if your Vibrams are counterfeit or not. On the box themselves, here's the way the box looks. Okay, you'll see that. But the counterfeits, I've been told, have a white label instead of the tan brown one that's on the box right here. Really, that's the way to tell from the box. The shoes themselves, they have various colors that Vibram may or may not offer, but definitely go for the real thing. You don't want to cheat yourself, and the shoes are great, like I said. So again, this is Elijah giving you my video blog on the Vibram Fivefinger Bikilas and the Komodo Sports. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I thank you for your time. See you next time.